Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, put me to your lips.
Welcome back to the Mecca of New York City, the world's most famous stadium, Madison Square Garden, for Riot 547. After a monumentally confusing event, last turmoil with Christianity taking over, order has finally been restored, and we get a nice cleanse from the show that was in Brooklyn with this fantastic main event between Antonio Everrett and, yes, that man right there, the one-man revolution party animal, Bobby freaking Minio. And speaking of monumental, the card for the Clash, the longest running OCW pay-per-view that we have, was released earlier last week. Bobby Minio will go head-to-head with his one-time friend, long-time rival, the current OCW World Heavyweight Champion, Harvey Hamilton Ocean. That'll be February 15th in Milan, Italy. We have the Clash. And as Doc Green seems to have found his edge, Antonio may have found one of his own. Taking his time here.
Santam from the football ex-AJ. Man, me stick with a pen like JK. True say I ain't really a drinker, but I got love for brandy like Ray J. Champagne pop off.
And there's the man himself, bruv.
Weighing in at 231 pounds, Antonio
Former light heavyweight champion, a member of the illustrious BDC, the Beat Drago Club. Doesn't have a lot of neighbors in that community, but he's got plenty of fans packing the seats to watch him take on the one-man revolution. After an initial series of outbursts from Antonio Everrett following his very violent split with Doc Green, seems to be taking solace in the friendship of one Terra de Turris in these backstage areas, even going out for lunch. We'll see if it helps him here against a very dangerous opponent, both with his hands, his feet, and with his diet. The things he puts inside of his body have not curtailed his success over the last year and a half. Here comes Bobby trying to start off with that trademark super kick, but Antonio had it scouted well in an elevated flatliner to kick things off in our main event. And right to the well goes Antonio Everrett, catching that leg and slapping on an ankle lock. He does have a small size advantage over Bobby, and you can see it here as Minio not able to crawl his way to the ropes, but using his leg strength to pry him off. There's a super kick for Bobby Minio. The match doesn't start until the snap of the foot of Minio. Antonio going to dive right back in, this time with a full exploder suplex, taking down the one-man revolution. Pride champion most of season 14 was unable to win the light heavyweight title in his first bout against the Spider, Ryo Matsumoto. Looking to become successful to grab his first OCW World Championship on February 15th at the Clash, just 2 mere weeks away. Bobby Minio was 2 mere feet away, but it didn't cause him trouble as he dashed over to Antonio Everrett and took him out of the ring. And of course, we did hear the news that the recently injured Antonio Everrett will finally get his hands on Doc Green. However, the match officially unsanctioned by OCW officials and OCW owner, Mr. Jason Clinton Sensation. Oh my goodness, sanctioned or unsanctioned, I bet Antonio Everrett is really looking forward to that match. Finally going to be able to get his revenge on the man who stabbed him in the back, his longtime friend, Doc Green. Nice reverse DDT there from Antonio Everrett. with a firm control in this main event here. But the tides can turn so quickly like a full moon interrupting the beach. No! No super kick this time. Looks like he was focused on the back of that injured knee of Antonio Everrett, firing away in the midsection now. Everrett, after a big-time standing moonsault, most recently involved in that multi-man #1 contenders match that was ultimately won by T.Y. Sparks, who he himself will have a match at the Clash. Code Red Sunset Flip Bomb. Here's the cover. And the athleticism of Antonio Everrett, the tarantula, those long limbs, really surprise you when it comes to his athleticism. And he showed you again right there with that big-time dropkick. You would think that somebody like Bobby Minio, the veteran he is, would watch the dropkick. Not going to have much of a choice if he doesn't put his hands up. He's going to watch dropkicks all day. We'll see if that boot in the corner's enough. No, just a 1 count. Bobby Minio, of course, in many OCW pundits' eyes, a future Hall of Famer. Antonio Everrett with a good start, but he's not quite there yet. Another code red. And Minio showing the heart of a lion to continue to get up, but he's got to start mounting an offense if he wants to come back in this. Oh, look out. Wake up call. Big suplex. And Antonio, it is time for a Bobby Minio flurry. Wasn't ready for the first one, but he's ready for this one. Catching him out of that suplex position. Most likely going for a brainbuster there was Minio. Going to try and continue to wake up Everrett. Don't worry, Boob. He's wide awake, son. Look at the flurry of blows from the sophomore. The United Kingdom strong right now behind the shoulders of Antonio Everrett. And another code red. 3rd time's the charm. Bobby Minio putting the knees up, and down goes Everrett. Catching nothing but knees to the chest. Bobby Minio, former member of C4, one of the biggest, most illustrious, most powerful groups in OCW history. Friends with the recently retired Paul Pugh. And last year, of course, had his breakout year. If you pay attention to OCW in any way, you would know that. Was, hey, hold on, here's an attempted pinfall here. No, just a kick out at 1 for Antonio. And if you do follow along, you will know Bobby Minio and that fire he's showing right now. The longest reigning OCW champion of any kind in Season 14. He won it at the Clash, looking to be successful again as he heads up against H2O in a whole different battle. My goodness. Antonio Everrett moving out of the way as Minio tried to land a drop kick, and he landed awkwardly in that arm, and there's more power from the young kid from the United Kingdom. The tarantula fired up as he lifts Bobby Minio right back to his feet. That knee doesn't seem to be hurting him whatsoever. Ducking under a super kick. Look out, it's your ma's favorite knee. That same knee has devastated many an OCW opponent. Let's see if Bobby Minio will be the next victim. No, big time counter. Minio reeling now, a bit of an eye rake. Gonna take him over the Drago suplex. Oh my God, he landed right on his neck. Minio focusing the head and neck area, now dropping the elbow. Lifting his opponent up center of the canvas. It looked like it was going to be all Everrett early in this match, but Bobby, as he often is wont to do, storming back, has another super kick for you. And no, again, he was waiting for it. Now a potato to show him, to remind him where he's at. Everrett counters, going for it again. Don't know what he's heading for there, trying to hit him with some kind of uppercut, but it's not landing. Now off the ropes he goes. Here we go, a roll up. The spider special, oh, the tarantula special. Is it going to be enough? No. Using those long legs to hold down the shoulders. That's a veteran move from a kid who has not been in the business very long. Oh, and he turns right into a super kick from Bobby Minio, one of the most devastating boots in OCW. The man's got a soul. My God, Acai moonsault down to the outside of the ring. Bobby Minio firmly establishing himself in this contest. Better late than never, says former Pride champion Bobby Minio. He's been at this a long time. Apparently not long enough to see that boot coming as he gets caught square in the jaw. I guess it wouldn't be a boot in this case, just the heel, the unpadded heel of the tarantula. And here's the elbow not landing for Antonio Everrett. Minio wasting no time dropping the leg hoop. If the veteran wants to get back in this match, he's going to have to get Antonio to his feet. And start going to work on that head and neck area, as he often does. And he's here setting it up again. One more super kick to the chin of Antonio Everrett. I'm surprised his head is not in the third row. Now Minio stomping away as he regains full control of this match. Main event, RIOT 547. A lot has gone down in this show. Who's going to be the next to go down? Look out! Don't look now! It's your mom's favorite knee once again! Right underneath that chin. Hear the head snap back from the one-man revolution. Is Antonio going to pull it off? Here's the cover. 1, 2, Minio down and out. 3, Antonio Everrett picking up a huge win against one of the biggest names on OCW RIOT. What a victory. And as we are just 2 weeks away from the clash, both of these men will go to war. One, a grudge match, a lifetime's worth of hatred between Doc Green and Antonio Everrett. The other, another bout between two former friends. Look out, he turned around right into a chair. Let me put a pin in that thought, because Doc Green is once again out here after the match. Really laying it on. Oh! Let me remove the pin. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the OCW World Champion. H2O interrupting things. Of course, him and Doc Green have gone at it in the past for that very world title. That's the reason it's around the marvelous waist of H2O. He's in the ring. And a big time roll. Looking for the riptide. And look, what is this? Everybody going at each other. Liberation frequency now. And now Antonio Everrett in the ring, kicking the held up chair to Doc Green's face. This is absolute chaos. All 4 of these men will show down at the Clash just 2 weeks from now. Everybody in the ring. Harvey and Doc on one end. Bobby and Antonio on the other. Who's going to cross that line? Oh.
Born to be kings with a prince.
You heard it here first. The general manager of OCW RIOT, back here at Madison Square Garden, has been laying down the law all night and doesn't stop now. We are just 2 weeks away from the Clash in beautiful Milan, Italy. I will see you next week at Barclays, the last stop before the Clash.